Hi, this is Debyani, your English teacher. So let us go to the first one, which is called as situation vacant. Now, situation vacant specify the post and the number of vacancies. Qualities of the person is required, name of the company, which is an optional part as I have written. The next it is age and sex of the candidate, pay scale and perks, mode of applying, then contact address and phone number. Now the fact is that situation vacant, as I told, that it is generally done for the vacancy post, like any post that is vacant. So for that, generally this kind of advertisement is done. So here what happens, the first thing is that you have to specify for which post you are going to give the ad. Let it be a post for a teacher. So you have to specify that for which teacher. Like in teachers also we have TGTs, PGTs, PRTs, NTTs, means nursery teacher is called NTT. Then PRT are for the primary teachers, TGT is for the trained graduate teachers, those who teach till 10th class. Then PGTs are for the plus 2. So you have to specify the post. Then you have to go for the number of vacancies. Numbers of means how many numbers of teachers you want in that particular post. Like again, if it is the case of a teacher, then again there is another thing, subject. So in that subject, suppose English is a subject and you need 2 teachers. So your number of vacancy is 2 and the post is TGT or PGT English. Now the next is qualities of the person required. Now you have to mention that what should be the basic of their qualification on which you are going to take those people. Like for every job there is a qualification. So for that you have to mention the qualification over there in a very short way. The next is the name of the company. Now this one is optional, that whether you really want to show the name or not, because it depends on the company that he or she means the owner of the company wants to project the name of the company or not. This one is optional. Next is age and sex of the candidate. Now most of the time what happens, people used to go for writing that the age limit should be pretty much clear, because there is a certain age in which people retire. So at least we need this much of age bar, so that we could have a good time with that particular person. He could serve the company or the institution for some while. For that reason age is very much important, and sometimes we need a specific sex for some work. Like there are some work which could be done only by males and not by females, and there are some work which can be done only by females. So if there is certain kind of limitation regarding the sex, you have to mention that if there is any particular sex needed, like any particular gender is needed. The next is about pay scale and perks. You have to mention that whether the pay scale is negotiable or it is according to the any commission, like 7th pay commission or 8th pay commission. And then next is with that pay scale, what perks you are giving, any kind of extra facilities if it is there, you have to mention that. Then mode of applying. Now beforehand it was very clear that whenever there is a job interview is there, you have to go and give your resume or biodata or your CV through your post box by taking the help of your post office, and that will be delivered over there or by a courier. But nowadays there are very different kinds of media, like online things are there. You can send by email, you can send by WhatsApp group if they have this kind of thing. So the fact is that yes, you can also drop it in the website of that particular company. So whatever thing you feel that this should be there as a mode of applying, you have to mention over there. Then the last part is contact address and phone number. This is the most important thing and should be there in most of the advertisement, that you must have the contact address and the contact phone number. So next we will move to the too late. Now this is a type of accommodation and numbers of rooms should be given. Like as if I was saying, too late is for giving up a particular place to live. So you have to mention that how many numbers of rooms are there, in which floor it is situated, then whether it is independent or an apartment, means whether it's a simple a house, or it is like inside an apartment. Like many flats are there, people are living, you are going to live in a society, so you have to mention it, so that the people who are really interested in it, they will come. Otherwise, if you are not going to say that whether it's an apartment or an individual house, people will be rather confused, because people have choices that whether they want to be inside a society or they want to be living alone independently. Then next is rent expected, the money you expect from the person, those who to whom you are going to give the particular house as for a rent, because you know how much money will be good for you, so that you have to mention over there. And if you think that it is somehow negotiable, then you have to also mention that negotiable. And if you feel that it is not negotiable, this much money you want, then you have to specify that only amount. Now, next is type of tenants required. Bank employee, small family. Now, what happens sometimes? People, those who go for this to let ads, they have certain requirements. Like sometimes people never uh, think good to give houses to bachelors. Okay, people those who are not having family, they people think that this kind of people may not take care of their houses, because they are giving the houses on rent, not they are not selling it. So if you are having a specific choice that your tenants should be a bank employee, or they should be any like a small family or a joint family, you have to mention it. If you want that it should be given to nuclear family, you have to mention it. Why? Because of this, because most of the time people love to give their houses to family people. And regarding the profession, why I said about bank employee, because sometimes this kind of profession also gives a huge influence on the person who is giving rent, because there are certain job in which people used to stay away for 2 or 3 days, or they may come to your house late night, which will be a little disturbing for a person. So if it is a bank employee, then they have a certain numbers of hours, they will work for certain numbers of hours, and then they are in a home. So you have to specify that as well. Sometimes it is there in the question, but if it is not there, then these are the thing you have to remember. Then next is whom and when to contact. And next, the last one, which is again the important one, contact address and phone number. Now, when you are giving this contact address and phone number, you have to mention the person name and time, because when it is the case of rent, people may call you at odd times, the time when you are not interested to take the calls, and that must be a very disturbing one. You may be you are also busy, you must be having works, so for that you must give a specific time for them, so that they will be calling on that particular time. And kindly you have to mention the person, like whether you are the owner of the particular place, or you are this broker. So you have to mention it, so that they will talk likewise. Now next we will come to kennel. Now this one is for the breeds of dog, means when we used to go for selling the little puppies, people used to go for pet house, and they used to go for searching good dogs, good breed dogs. So for that also we have to post a classified ad, that what is the breed, and in that we have to specify. It's not only about the breeding of dogs, it is also for any kind of pet animal, because every animal do have a breed means they have a particular name, they come from a particular country. So you have to mention it, that what is the breed of that particular species, let it be a cat, let it be a dog. Then what is the age, whether it is a 6 month old or 5 month old, you have to mention it, what is the age of it. Then next is the color, because when it comes for choosing a pet, generally people look for different kind of colors as well. Like just we used to go for, yes, it is bit disturbing that we don't think animals like a living being, we also go for seeing the colors and all. But when people go for searching a pet, they also search for colors as well. So you have to mention what is the fur color, whether they are black in color, brown in color, or they are having stripes, whatever it is, you have to mention it. Then next is training, whether they have any kind of special training or not. If they are trained, like sometimes people refers to those pet which are trained pet, they don't want to train a pet. So as I have said that advertisement are for attracting people and influencing people. So there are numbers of people. Some people feel that we want pet and we will train them according to our needs. But there are some people who want pet to be trained one. So if it is a trained one, in which way it is trained, you have to mention it. Then price expected, according to the breed of that particular animal, you have to mention that what should be the price you want. Then next is contact address and phone number. Just as I've said, till it's the third one, but this particular one is the similar one that is there, that is the contact number and phone number. So the contact address and the phone number. Now moving to another one, that is packers and movers. First let me tell you that what is the packers and movers. Packers and movers are those who help a person to transfer from one person to another place. While when they are doing this, obviously their things, that the materials they used to have, like let it be some gadgets or cupboards or bed, they used to go for one place to another place as well. Not only a person goes, the things which is belonging to the person also goes. So this particular people, this packers and movers, they used to help them to pack it up. That is why they are called packers, and they help it for moving from one place to another place by the any kind of vehicle which they think that it will be appropriate for the transformation from one place to another place. So here what you have to write, you have to specify the services that you are giving, like whether you are giving a proper packaging. If you are giving proper packaging, then what kind of packaging you are giving, like will it be only with those I can say about those polythenes, or you are giving some this play cards and all, or you are giving a thermocol packaging to the fragile things. So you have to mention it, that what kind of things you are giving, whether you are also ready for the gadgets and as well as the glass things, or you don't want the gadgets, you can just take the wooden things with you. So you have to specify what services you are giving. And in that services, another thing is also there, that is the transport facility. So you have to mention in which way you are going to transport things from one place to another. Then give reason why you should be given a chance. Now the next part is, in case of movers and packers, is that what is the good thing about you. There are tons of movers and packers over here. Okay, so what is the unique thing that you have, that you have to mention. Area of work. Area of work in the sense, there are some movers and packers who are only there for glass things, means they only transport the glass thing, other things they are not aware of it. Some packers are only there for electronic gadget, and some are for all, means they can go for wooden things, they can also go for electric things, they can also go for fragile things like things made up of glasses. Now next thing is whom to contact, and again the contact address and phone number. So if you are the owner of a particular place, that particular company, that is the movers and packers, if you are the owner, you have to mention that your name with the post you are having. If you are a marketing person, you have to write XYZ from marketing section of XYZ movers and packers. And if you are the owner, then you have to write down your name, the owner of XYZ packers and movers, with your contact address and as well as with your phone numbers. Now let me move to another one, that is sell for a vehicle. Like we may have some old cars, like second hand cars, we have to give it to someone else because we are moving somewhere else. We cannot take a car with us, so or a bike or any kind of thing, you have to go for giving some explanation to it, or I can say important information for it. So what are those information when you are going to give a ad on vehicles? The first thing is you have to mention the name of that company from which the vehicle is of, like whether it is from Maruti, Hyundai, Honda. There are some other company as well. These are some famous companies, so I have written the name. So if it belongs, like if you are having a car that is from Maruti or Hyundai, you have to mention it, that the whether this car belongs to Maruti or anything, because some people also have a choice that they want a car of that particular company. They feel that this one is good or that one is, they have a particular choice. So if you are mentioning that what is the company, then it will be good enough to know that it is the priority one. You have to say which company is it of. Then next is model, color, accessories, year of manufacture, mileage. Model. Now every car, every bike, or even whatever vehicle you are having has a model number. So you have to mention the model number so that he could identify that which vehicle you are going to sell. Now next is color. Now it may be sounding little bit superstitious. People used to think about the color when they used to go for a vehicle, because some color doesn't suit people. So if you are mentioning the color, then again you will be having those candidates who are interested actually in your vehicle. The one thing is you have mentioned the company name, then the model number, then you are going to mention the colors, and next thing the accessories in the sense, when we buy a car or a bike, we used to uh, um, do very lot of things to make it attractive according to us, like putting a music system that might be having this CD as well as the USB port. Sometimes we used to go for giving the car as a very good look, like covering the seat covers in a different style, AC, fans, curtains, and if you go for bike, stickers and all this kind of good, the rear view mirrors, then horn, everything is there. So if you are having any kind of accessories which is an add-on accessories, you can also write it down, which will be again another thing to attract person. Then next is year of manufacture. You have to mention on which year it is manufactured, and the mileage as well. Means what is the mileage the particular vehicle is giving. Then next thing is the condition. Now the thing is that sometimes people who are traveling with a vehicle for 1 year, the condition may be very worse, and people who are traveling a particular vehicle for 10 years, the condition might be very good. Okay, so the fact is that it depends on how a person is traveling on it. So you have to mention the condition of it, that whether it's in mint condition or it is in a very good condition, or it's old one, the color is not good, it is a dull one. So you have to maintain the color. So you have to mention it so that when the person comes, when he sees the thing, he already has its own idea that how the things might be looking. Then ownership detail. Now obviously if you are going to sell a particular vehicle, you have to go for the details of ownership. If you are not going to change it, then it will be a big problem for you. So you have to have the ownership details. Then next is price expected. This is the foremost thing, that when you are going to sell something, you have to have something in your mind, that the important thing, that is what price you want for your vehicle. If it is 1 year old, what is the price? If you have spent lot of things, lot of money in accessorizing the particular vehicle, then you have to think that how much money I should be getting for it. Then next is again the very important one, contact address and phone number.